Hi, I'm Bob Rubart with the Oracle Technology Network, and my guest this morning is Cary Millsap. Cary is the founder and president of Method R Corporation. He's a database performance and management specialist. He's the co-author of Optimizing Oracle Performance, published by O'Reilly Media, and he's a frequent speaker at industry events, including the upcoming Oracle Development Tools User Group Kscope Conference, June 22nd through the 26th in Seattle. How are you this morning, Cary?
Bob, I'm well, and in case the introduction weren't long enough, I got one more to add to it.
Please.
I am now a performance specialist at Enkitec. How about that?
So is Method R Corporation still a going concern?
It is. It is. We're still a software company and an education company, and all of our consulting capacity now is going to be delivered by our buddies over at Enkitec.
Very, very cool. Yes, Enkitec is, I think there are 4 or 5 million people working for Enkitec now.
So I think it's going to go million in a couple of weeks.
So how many sessions are you doing at Kscope?
One, but it's the deep dive on Thursday, and I'm sure that Chet's got me wrangled into doing something for him too. What it is.
So tell me about that session. What will you be talking about?
The thing started off as one of my colleagues and I trying to come up with the ultimate title that we thought would finally draw a bunch of people into a room. And I'm going to open it and read it to you because it's so long that I don't want to mess it up. This presentation is called, quote, How to Find and Fix Your Java Apex ADF OBIEE.NET SQL PL SQL Application Performance Problem.
And that's pretty much the whole presentation, then you're done, right?
And just as soon as I read that, I'm done. Yeah, I just basically, my biggest challenge, oh wait, I think I'm muting myself. My biggest challenge in the past has been just to get a bunch of developers in a room with a guy that a lot of people think is a DBA. And so I figure if I catch their application development tool in my title, maybe they'll come through. But basically it's about, the hardest thing when you have a performance problem is that people tell you to kind of, look at the whole system. What was it doing while this thing ran? And that's kind of like saying, I was late to work today. Let's call KDAF and find out what traffic's doing all over town. Well, the fact that I had a flat doesn't have anything to do with traffic on the other part of Dallas. So this whole notion of, well, let's look at the whole database and see what it was doing for the hour in which your 7-second thing ran. It just doesn't tell you why your thing took 7 seconds instead of 0.7 seconds. And, there's a really good answer for that kind of a question. So I just like more people to know what it is.
So I'm going to put you on the spot now. If your Kscope audience remembers just one thing about your presentation, what should that be?
I think it's that you can know exactly what your code did and how your code was influenced by other people, and all that stuff is in there. But you can see exactly what your code did to spend its time.
So you're one of the most popular speakers at these sort of events. I ask people, what sessions are you going to see, and they say Cary Millsap. So what sessions do you plan to attend at Kscope?
Oh, wow, what a good question. Pretty much all the ACE guys, the Enkitec guys, and the reason, it's not because I'm an Enkitec. I'm an Enkitec because I want to go see the Enkitec guys when they speak. That's a really good question. I mean, just kind of the standard guys, the Dimitris and the John Scotts and the John King, and those guys are big. And one of the most fun things about a conference is to pick out somebody that you've never heard of before, and then go just kind of do the research on, how is this guy as a speaker, this young lady as a speaker. And I can remember back, kind of the most fun story that I can remember that's really vivid is I can remember the first time I saw Tanel Poder. And I thought, man, this guy's got to come, to an event that I was contributing to at the time. I said, this guy's got to be there. And his speaker rankings were kind of middle of the pack. I mean, we had a really good lineup, and Tanel, if you could imagine, was like here. And I knew after seeing that this guy has got a lot inside, and he just needed a little bit of work to get it out. And then just watched him go from here to here to here to here to here. And now, of course, he's one or two virtually any place he'd be asked now. So there's that next person out there. I just feel it,
Well, so what advice did you give to Tanel?
Oh man, he didn't really need any. He's such a self-starter that he really didn't need any advice. I think Um, I mean, the only thing I did was just kind of introduce him to different places where he could get more exposure. And he was a fuse that was already lit when I met him. I mean, he was going to be unstoppable. If I did anything, it was just, let a couple people know about him a little earlier than they might have otherwise.
Now, are you also involved in, there's an ACE lunch, kind of a round table thing, I think on Tuesday. Are you involved in that?
I am. I'll have my name on one of those little tent cards that sits on top of the pole in the middle of the table. So my subject, I don't remember what I told Lori to put on the card, but my subject will probably be something on the order of database performance or something with a P word in it, with a performance word in it.
All right. Well, Cary, thanks for taking time to talk to me this morning. I'm making my first trip to Kscope this year, so
Awesome.
I look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you finding me.